So what's up guys, hello everyone, hope all of you doing well. In this video we're going to see important journal entries and wherever possible we'll be discussing a full solution, but for example repetitive journal entries and all we won't be discussing. So I'm sure you're going to make the most of it. This will be very handy on the exam day morning, so do listen in and do make the most of it. So first one is A Limited has made a security deposit whose details are described below. Make necessary journal entries for accounting of the deposit in the first year and the last year. So assume market interest for deposit for similar period to be 12%. Date of security deposit starting date is 1st April 2011 and the date of security finishing date is 31st March 2016. So description is lease. Total lease period is 5 years. Discount is 12%. Security deposit value is 10 lakhs. PV factor is 0.567427. So that's the question. So in this case, you have to apply the PV factor and you will get a security deposit 567,427 and prepaid lease rent. That is the ROU asset in this case because the description is lease 4,32,573 to bank 10 lakhs. Year 1 and what is the entry is security deposit account debit 68,991. How did we get this? 567,427, that is security deposit amount into the interest income, so that is 12%. And next is depreciation to prepaid lease rent, that is 432,573 by 5. Then bank to security deposit. So these are the journal entries that you need to pass for this 5 to 6 marks. You might get in MCQ also, or you might get in question 6 most likely, so do watch out for questions like this. So moving on to the next one. In India is too lot of similar journal entries. For example, stock appreciation rates, that is employee benefit expense account debit to share based payment liability, and share based payment reserve account debit to share capital or securities premium. These are the various entries that you should pass. And in case of cash and equity alternative, employee benefit expense account debit to share based payment reserve equity account to share based payment liability account. So these are the key repetitive entries that will be coming in days 102. So next one is India is 115. A Limited is in the business of this question is based on service concession arrangements and it was last asked in November 22. So do watch out for these questions like this. A Limited is in the business of infrastructure and has 2 divisions: toll roads, wind power, etc. So Bhilwara to Jabalpur toll project, so on. So the various details are given, cost and revenue. I'm not going deep into this. Hope all of you read this question. So I'll be quickly discussing the journal entry for the same, that is during construction phase it's financial asset account debit 110 crore. To be very careful what many candidates make is they'll be writing this 100, 100, 200, etc., but they'll be missing to mention this rupees in crores. That is very important. You might lose marks because that rupees in crore, if you don't write, it might prove costly. So next is cost of construction. The booking of the expenses, that cost of a construction to bank 100 crore and bank account debit to financial asset account debit 200 crore. Then the entry for intangible asset, that is intangible asset account debit to revenue account 200 crore. And intangible means it has to go through the amortization as per Ind AS 38. So amortization expense account debit to intangible asset account 200 crore. These are the various entries that I have to pass, like I told in the beginning. So this couple of entries, financial has to consider revenue, it will be repetitive for 2 more entries as well. I have not mentioned in this because this is the base entries for this question. So I hope you found this lesson very useful, and I have separately shared a video for Index 41 also. If possible, I'll summarize those things, these journal entries, etc. Within 5 minutes, you are able to brush up combined cumulatively instead of revising and sitting in one chapter. That is the main objective begin accumulating like this and sharing. I'm sure it's going to be very much useful to you. So best wishes, stay focused and stay calm. That is very important. There is nothing to panic. It's better than covering 5 questions in a calm mind rather than covering 20 questions in a panic mindset, because that is not going to stay in your mind. So rather than that, it's fine even if you should invest time on setting your mind, for example 15 to 20 minutes. Even if you couldn't cover any question in the time, mindset is very vital. So keep these things in mind. Best wishes and stay focused.